Thing that motivates us. It's all about contributing to our well-being, to our wellness in life. And my opinion is that if we live a life with purpose, we're already halfway there.
Well, hello everyone and welcome to Wednesdays with Wallis. I'm your host, Wallis Patterson, and today's episode is called I Give Up. Well, I woke up this morning thinking about this giving up thing, and I thought it was a good topic to talk about today because we all go through this whole thing about giving up. We want to give up, and you know we want to give up. I give up. I've had enough. I'm done. I'm over this. I'm past it. I'm whatever. And so let me go back a little bit because I think it's really, really important, and I'm hoping that you'll be able to relate to this. So click on the link below and subscribe to Wednesdays with Wallis. It's been a bit erratic lately. Last week, just to recap, I did an episode for Wednesdays with Wallis. I haven't been totally in it and on my game and on my feet lately, and I'll explain that in a minute if I haven't already told you. But last week I did the episode for Wednesdays with Wallis. It was a little bit late being done, so I was in a bit of a rush. But anyway, I did it, and then I uploaded it and lost the whole thing. So I gave up. I took it as a sign and said, that's it, I'm done. I give up. So that was one point where I think sometimes you do have to give up. You do have to go, I'm done. I think the universe is telling me something here. There were a whole lot of lead-ups to that, but anyway, I did it, and anyway, lost the whole thing. Could not. It was nowhere to be found. I went back over everything. It was so frustrating. Oh, I could have thrown the, bloody computer out the window or the door. Have you ever been in that position? I'm sure you have. I'm sure some of you have said, bloody hell, I'm done with this. So, okay, let me recap. So I missed it. I didn't then get to do it. It was too late. It was just too much in the way of it, as sometimes it is. So I gave up on it. And but anyway, I'm back this week, and the topic that I was going to talk about, I decided not to, for whatever reason. That just came to me, so I'll go with that. And I tend to do that. I tend to go intuitively with what comes. If something comes, then I figure that's it, do that. So today it was about giving up. A few weeks ago, not too many weeks ago, and I'd been waiting for a long time to have my operation on my knee and a knee replacement. I'd gone around and under it for a long length of time. I'd suffered quite badly. I'd gotten to a point where, and I hope that somebody, one person even, is listening to this and will benefit or learn from what I'm saying or what I'm about to share. Pardon me. And that is that I spent an inordinate amount of time, a lot of years actually, on mulling over whether I would have this knee replacement, and it just simply got worse and worse and worse because it came from an injury of, a trip on a couple of stairs, which at the time damaged the medial meniscus in the knee, and then I tore it again, and then arthritis set in, and the drill. Those of you who may have gone through this or had bad knees or whatever. So anyway, I laboured with it for a long, long time, and then I said, that's it, I'm done now. I need to have this done. So I found a fabulous, amazing, I didn't find her. She sort of dropped in my lap, really, from a conversation in the street with a lady. That's how things happen, don't they? All the best things. And that was how I came across this specialist. Anyway, the long and short of it is I've had a knee replacement about 6 weeks ago. So it was excruciating pain, excruciating afterwards. The pain management thing wasn't quite right. Anyway, we won't talk about that now, but I've been getting through this, pardon me, knee replacement, getting back on my feet, walking, doing all that. And of course, it's still healing, and I'm not one to be very patient. So I've been like, let me out of here. Can we just have this done? I want to be finally over pain, because I still have, discomfort and some achiness, and that's understandable. It's only been about 6 weeks since the operation, and it's a major, major surgery. And I've had my moments with it, I can tell you, up and down, up and down, up and down. I quit whinging and griping about it. I quit holding on to it. I quit making it a focus in my life. I quit. I give up. I give up. You have to give up some things. And I know that there'll be those of you saying, yeah, but it's a major operation and it is painful and it can be painful for a while, and, all that. I get it. I totally understand that. I totally understand it. But I also think that in life, and it doesn't matter whether it's a wellness issue, whether it's an emotional issue, whether it's a business issue, it doesn't matter what it is. If that's our focus and we're holding on to it, because, we hold on to things because it's either gain or pain. We're either gaining something from it, or we're hanging on to the pain of it, a bit like, Carolyn Mace's book, Why People Don't Heal. And, because that was her thing. She was totally blown away by the fact that over the years she'd done all this work, seen people had amazing recoveries and healings, and then only to, fall back into, being ill again or sick again or having, major illness again. And she couldn't quite work out why that was the case. And I believe, because, I've done it myself, I believe we get something from it, either attention or we're feeding our own sorrows. There's one thing I hate. One thing I dislike is self-pity. Give it up. So I found myself in this position this last little while of self-pity. Oh, poor me. Pity me. Look at me. Look what I went through. Look what happened. Look what went on. Look what's happening now. Look at me. I'm frustrated. Stick your fingers down your throat and throw up, Wallis. It's just too much. So I give up. I'm giving up hanging on to all that nonsense. I'm giving it all up. I'm getting on with it. I'm doing my best with it. I'm, walking unaided without any sticks, albeit a bit, a little bit shaky on my feet because I'm haven't got all my confidence back yet, etc. But hey, guys, folks, I'm doing really, really well with it. My physio said that I'm ahead of the curve. I've got almost full knee movement, which most people don't get back. So, I'm doing really well. So, quit, give up on, the frustration. It's okay to get frustrated with things. It's okay to get frustrated with life. It's okay to get really, pardon the pun, pissed off at, some of the things that are happening around you. And you may be doing that right now. You might be really pissed off with somebody or something that's going on, and that's okay. But just recognise that's how you feel. Give it up. Move on from it. And, this all came about for me this morning when I woke up, because I woke up with it hanging over my head, the knee aching and feeling less than average and feeling, in the doldrums. And that won't do. That just simply won't do, because that's not the way to live life, and that's not the way to have a happy life, and it's not the way to create something better for ourselves. And giving up on whatever it is we need to give up on, whether that's a business idea or a business that you've had going and it just simply won't, it just isn't moving, it just won't go, give it up. Move on. Next idea, next thing. And, you're not to know that the next thing might be, your big hit, your big move. And you can move sideways. Give up on the battle with that. Move sideways into something better and different. And who's to know that it's better? But certainly it's different. And if you move sideways into something else, the chances are that you're giving it an opportunity to be better. You get that? You're giving it an opportunity to be better. So do that. Move sideways. If you're in a relationship and the relationship is not working so well, and it's something that you look at and you go, oh, I am so over this, and you've found yourself working yourself up and getting angry and it's just not flowing, don't make all excuses for it. Don't sell yourself a pup on it. Don't get yourself all, oh no, it'll be fine. I just need to be. You'll come back to it. It'll come round again. I've got people around me that's happening to. They've been talking about certain issues for a long time. And, every time they talk themselves back out of it, wait a while, because the monster, so to speak, comes back to bite them again. It comes back to revisit. And why does it do that? Why do things do that? Why is it that we think we've solved or sorted something and we've moved on from it, only to find that it comes back to bite us, so to speak? Well, that's because we haven't solved it. We've only just shoved it into a more comfortable space for us. And that's okay. Keep doing that until you can't. It's a bit like the knee. I kept on with the knee until I got to a point where I just threw my hands in the air and said, I'm done. Enough is enough. I cannot do this anymore. If I keep doing this, I hadn't had a holiday for a few years. I haven't done anything. Why? Because I couldn't walk past, the bloody front gate. Nonsense, absolute nonsense. Anybody who's listening, I'm telling you, it's rubbish. It's absolute nonsense. The things that we do to ourselves and the things. Why am I on about this today? I have no idea, but obviously someone out there needs what I'm saying. Somebody who's going to tune into this, one person even who's going to tune into this is tuning into it because they are guided to it. They need it. And, that's where I'm at. I want to be helpful. And I believe that sharing our life experiences and those things are helpful, because I know that when I've heard other people's stories, or sometimes it's only been the simplest little thing and it's made so much difference. I picked up a book I bought a while ago and I'd started reading it, and I got busy and I hadn't got on with reading it, and I've been reading it over the weekend. And one of the really interesting things that was said in it is that the truth has 143 answers to it, or aspects of it. And that made me pull myself up. It was like an arrow, zing. Why? Because it resonated with me. It's like, the opinions we have, the things we believe when we're talking to people and they say something and we don't like it, or we're that's not what we think, or whatever. That's okay. But the whole point is, if there's 143 different things out there, well, then you don't have to believe that. But it's just another thing that feeds into a greater understanding. And that was helpful for me because I tend to push back on things a bit. So it helped me gain a greater understanding. That was, I could have said, I don't believe that. I don't know whether I do or I don't, but the whole point is it made sense insofar as it adds to, and it helps me assess and understand and add to more of being able to come up with, the answers that are right for me for the moment now. And, I remember a man years ago, Charles Tremendous Jones, his name was. He's an amazing, amazing man, fabulous, fabulous man. And, I remember him getting up in front of all of us and saying, first of all those things that I said last time when I spoke, I've changed my mind about those. And I thought, what's he on about? But the fact was that, as he said, he'd learnt more things, he understood more things, he'd come further down the path, and some of that he said and some of that he believed then, he had reassessed, and he didn't believe that now. He believed something, some version of, but something different. And I think that's okay, that's all good. We don't put everything in concrete. Be prepared to believe something else, or change, or be in a different space. I don't know why I went down this track today, but I did, and I'm glad I did. And I am personally giving up. I give up on hanging on to those things that don't serve my life in positive and uplifting and ways that I can move forward with more joyously. Is that you? Think about it. I want you to think about what I've said. Click on the link below and subscribe to Wednesdays with Wallis. Who the bloody hell knows what I'll be talking about next week? I get things in my mind I'm going to talk about, and then, like today, something changes. So I'm acting, that's one of the things too. I'm acting more intuitively on what I'm saying and what I'm inputting. Talk with you soon. Have an amazing, 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 amazing week, and work on having an amazing and fabulous and joyous life, will you? And I'll see you. Subscribe to Wednesdays with Wallis, and I'll see you next week on Wednesdays with Wallis. Mwah. Love, love.